a rezlosmedia production.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a fat minute, hasn't it, since my last vlog post. I've been quite busy, as well as some days I just want to just relax and take a day off or two and just kind of unwind, because there's a lot going on in my life as well as those I care about. So I do my best to spread myself thin within reason to help out those that do need help, and in some cases I have to step back and focus on myself, especially when some people kind of take advantage of the constant help that I have offered to them. And I've even voiced my concerns on certain things that they would do in terms of making me feel uncomfortable. So I decided that I was going to keep my distance from some people recently, this past month. So far so good. Things are going good. Happy about that. It seems this past weekend was like a blast from the past. I got to hang out with an old instructor from my old college, and I got to see one of his art exhibits that portrayed comic book like covers which had stories, behind the scenes for each cover. So that was pretty cool. And I got to mingle with some of the other friends and family of his that were in the same exhibit that were just visiting, and I got to actually have a conversation with his significant other. So that was nice. Shout out to Juan Ramos. Shout out to Melissa Martinez. Nice to meet you again, ma'am. And yeah, it was a good time. Got to spend some quality time out there, like being in an art exhibit regarding types of art that they could make. I met some other artists as well that have had certain instances happen in their life to where anybody else, if it happened to these other people, they would have probably hung up their hat and just diminished and withered away. However, some of these artists actually didn't let that get to them, and they picked up a brush and now they're actually doing what they like to do. I will not dive in too much on that subject. Speaking of blast from the past, I actually just got home a couple hours ago, and I helped a buddy of mine, Andres Aranda, kind of take pictures and shoot video of a wedding locally here in town. And hey man, make sure you send me a Dropbox link, that way I can send you all the footage and whatnot that I have. It was a good experience in of itself, and should I cross that bridge, I would probably jump into some film regarding events like that are kind of similar to some events that I did last year. So I got to whip out my shoulder camera rack harness. That was kind of cool. So actually got to put it to use. I always thought that, my biggest fear is buying stuff, whether it's gear, whether it's belongings, whether it's a video game, which I haven't bought a video game in forever, but you get the gist. Buying certain items and I don't ever use them. And the last thing I would want to do is buy something and never use it and then I end up just wasting money. So it was a good opportunity to kind of get out there, out of my comfort zone, if you will, do some film work with that. Also some photography. So I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity. Again, thanks for that, Andy. I also met his one of his family members that was with us also. You guys probably saw a post recently. Isaac Bettis ran a marathon, beach to bay, by himself. Normally there's correct me if I could probably be wrong, but there's anywhere from 4 to 6 people that do a relay. Okay, you run your part, pass on the baton, next person runs, etc., etc., etc. Nah, this guy did it all by himself, and that's pretty fucking fantastic. Pardon my French. That's something that me personally, I would like to strive to be, being able to just take care of, just do the whole thing by myself, So I had to settle for just going to the gym that day. But anyways, I do know some people that I care about. I really do care about. I understand that there can be losses, and some losses are unbearable, especially if said loss was a person that you had a very intense connection with, and allow them to heal on their own. And it kind of gave me like a flashback as to when I lost two family members to COVID, and it was very, very painful because I was by myself. I was going through some things in my personal life, and I had nobody to, for lack of a better word, hang on to and embrace in my time of pain and sorrow. So once again, like my heart goes out to those people that lost that person or lost somebody. Anybody that's had a rough weekend this weekend, I hope you guys are able to heal and smile and in your will to see the brighter side of things. That's what we all need to do sometimes, especially the way things are going right now in society and government and in this world. When it boils down to the very nitty gritty, we as a collective need to be able to rely on each other for support. So, I mean, that's my rant, and this is one of those other longer rants than usual. In my defense, I have not really been active on this vlog thing, and I do apologize for that. Some of you guys probably don't care. That's fine. It's more of a personal thing for myself because I do want to be in front of the camera more and kind of do this video journalism, and for the sake of more practice for myself as far as filming, editing, quick media, stuff like that. So I will start to reach out to some of you guys that I had mentioned a podcast to in terms of being featured on the show that I'm going to be putting together. I'm still putting it together. And I'm aiming for next month to shoot everything out. So it's going to be getting pretty busy. So for those of you that I do make time for, I hope you all appreciate that, because there's a lot of people now that I'm actually cutting them off. Like, hey, no disrespect, even though some might have disrespected me in the past. I really need to focus on myself. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the rant for today. And thank you guys so much. You guys take care. Stay blessed. Be sure to pray. And like I said last time, give God a shot. Even if you have a slip up here and there, you're human. No one's perfect, and God knows shit happens. So trust in Him, and just be a good person and smile more, and things will work out. All right, you guys take care. Peace.
A rezlosmedia production.